Hey guys, welcome to Flip It Garage. My name's Will, and this is episode 1. Today, we're going to be talking about my Honda Fourtrax. But to start off with, and give you a little background on what this channel's about. I'm starting this channel because I've been flipping cars for years. That includes motorcycles, quads, dirt bikes, snowmobiles, all of the above. I've made a good amount of money doing it. I do all the work myself out of my garage with just some of the most basic tools that any mechanic would have. I am not a trained automotive or small engine repair mechanic. I am an aircraft mechanic in the military. But my true passion is just messing around with engines, having fun, riding dirt bikes, quads, going fast, you know. To start off, today we're going to be working on my Honda Fourtrax I just got. And we'll cut to that, and maybe we'll give you a quick rundown of my current collection of toys that we got kicking around the shop. Stay tuned. Alright guys, quick little tour of the toys we got kicking around the shop right now. To start off with, this is my baby. I don't think I'll ever sell it. I've had it for about 2 years now. I got an insane deal on it. This is my 1989 Suzuki RMX 250 two-stroke dirt bike. I picked this up 2 years ago. It was sitting in some guy's backyard. He claimed he got it on trade for some work he did. The guy never paid. I ended up scooping it up off the guy for $250. That is correct. $250. It had been sitting. It was rusted. It needed so much work. But I brought it back to life. It's got Wiseco top end, FMF fatty exhaust, power core 2 silencer. I put new bearings in the back wheel, new rear tire, new chain, new air filter. Rebuilt both the front and back calipers. Front shocks are good. I'm on the second shock right now. This is off an RM250 that was rebuilt last year. But turns out last ride we were out, that one just gave out. And time to send it out for rebuild again. Love this bike. It's been an absolute blast to ride. And it puts a smile on my face every time I ride it. Moving on. This is my 2003 GSXR 600. Half the time it's my daily driver to and from work. I commute about half an hour to work. And I got this at the beginning of the year, and it's been nothing but reliable. Absolutely a blast to ride. My first true sport bike, and I'm just getting used to it still, but man, how much fun. My wife's Ninja 250R, I believe it's a 2014. I could be wrong. Special edition. It's her first sport bike as well. Not a lot to say there. Completely stock. Moving on. Today's project. This is my 2000 Honda Fourtrax 300 4x4. I got this last weekend. I had my old Chinese quad I had fixed up about a year ago, and I bummed around the property with me and the kids. And I had this kid contact me, said he got this mint, I say mint lightly, mint 2000 Honda Fourtrax 4x4 that just needed an ignition coil. We all know how that works with Craigslist ads and Facebook Marketplace. This mint Honda Fourtrax, you may say, Will, this looks a bit funny. Why is it sitting like that? Well, let's take a look at the rear end. Yeah, where is it? That's right. It's sitting right over here. This is where the brake drum should have been for the rear brake, completely cut off. And this is the rear differential. Went to install the rear drive shaft the kid had taken out, and this is what we were left with. I do have a few more parts over there, but we're stuck on this. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. These are about $500 to replace, not very cost effective, but you can rebuild them. The rebuild kits are about $200, But right now I'm looking for a parts bike to try to swap the whole rear end in, just to save time and possibly a little bit of money. All in all, into this bike, I have about, I guess if you considered the trade before, probably about $700 into it. Good working condition, it might be worth about $2,000. It does have a 3,500 pound winch that works, brand new battery, 2 light pods, and a light bar. Everything works as it should. It's going to need tires soon, but today we're just going to be working on changing out the actual ignition coil, the spark plug wire, and the CDI box. So stay tuned for that, and that's up next. We'll see if we can get this old girl running. And you might be saying, what's this, Will? That's a beautiful looking Honda CRF 450R. Here's another one of my projects that didn't go quite to plan. So, believe it or not, I picked this up for $500. It was pink and purple. I'll try to include a photo up here-ish of the day I picked it up. But the guy was going to work in the oil rigs, needed a plane ticket, needed money for it, and got rid of this very quick. I went that day to pick it up because $500. Even if things go wrong, it's hard to lose on that. It does have a titanium FMF power bomb on it. I did put a brand new muffler, welded that on. That's just an Amazon special. Painted the plastics up, made it look all pretty, rebuilt the carb, and it was running awesome till the day before I went to go list it for sale. I kicked it over, and the rest was history. Once I kicked it over, here, let's see if I pull this out here. This is the kickstart gear out of it. The mount on the back, excuse the hair, I got dogs. That broke out of the case. Now there's a hole in the case. And my brand new Kickstarter that I paid $100 for won't go on because it won't kick over and there's a hole in the engine block. So I'm stuck trying to either get a right side of a case for it, or I've been trying to trade it for something else. It's a bit more of a project than I want right now. It was supposed to be a quick flip, make a few $1,000s, move on. Right now, this is the focus. We're going to try to get that fixed, make a bit of money off that one. This one, stay tuned. I do have a couple people interested. I may be trading for a Yamaha YZ125 two-stroke running, or currently there is a, pardon me, but Yamaha Big Bear 350, that may be wrong. Don't fact check me on that. But it's a 2003, works good. Another quad, and we're going to try. So, let's cut to changing out this ignition coil. Alright guys, welcome back. Here's what we're working with. This is the, like I said before, 2000 Honda Fourtrax 300 4x4. Single cylinder, 300cc, single overhead cam engine. About as simple as it gets when it comes to small engines. The issue the previous owner stated it was having was that it's got no spark. So, if you look right here, it's spark plug wire, spark plug right there. And if you look up and follow the wire, you should, I might have to cut to the other side here. If you look right there, that right there is your ignition coil. It's got a positive and negative heading to it, and the wire goes out right there. He was saying that's the issue. I ordered one right now. I can confirm I cranked it over. It is not getting spark. I have also ordered, right up here, the CDI box. So this is the electronic side of the ignition. Possibly could be wrong, but Amazon had a good deal on both of them, so I'm going to swap them both out. Immediately, when looking here, I found this. I know, right? Could be a huge issue. I'm thinking it is. So let's get to changing that. And over here, we have our new parts. Typical Chinese packaging, straight from Amazon. Came in about a week. There's the part number for you. If anybody's interested, I'll let you know if this works or not. Over here, we have a new spark plug, guaranteed to be a quality Chinese plug. Quality. A brand new CDI box, which actually feels pretty hefty. I know sometimes you get some of these things and they feel cheap, but this one it does feel really good. I'm surprised. And finally, what we're really here to replace, the ignition coil with a new spark plug wire that is still attached to the boot. So hopefully this old girl will fire up today. All right, let's look at this together for the first time, because it's the first time I've ever had this off. First things I'm noticing. What are you? Super weird. Completely unplugged, just hanging out there. I don't see any plugs that immediately it would plug into, but we'll keep an eye out. A few other things I noticed. Here's the winch. Completely loose. Look at that. Come on. This is what happens when you get a quad off a 15-year-old kid. And here is our ignition coil. So I'm going to say, let's start by just changing that, and we'll go from there. We'll try to start her up after that. Looks to be 1 8mm there, positive, negative, ground, or it might be a signal wire, I'm not sure. Let's swap that out. Alright guys, we got that swapped out. Here it is. It was actually kind of a pain to get through here. I don't know if you guys can see. Where am I pointing to? Oh, there's this little lip. You gotta lift up on that to slide a spark plug boot through. But overall, pretty darn easy. I'm going to pull the plug out. This is an NGK plug, so I'd like to keep it if I can, but we'll see what kind of condition it's in. Oh yeah. Off. Do the rest by hand. It's usually easier that way with a spark plug. Twist. Still twisting. Still twisting. Oh, there we are. Okay. From what I can tell, whoops, sorry, get you in focus there. That's brand new. I'm guessing the kid lost spark and just swapped out the plug immediately. Realized it wasn't that, and so we'll put this back in here because there's no reason this shouldn't work, and that's a quality plug, not the cheap Chinese one I got. So we'll cut to that. All right, guys, got it back in. Let's plug this spark plug boot in, and we'll see if she won't fire off. Grab the key. Hidden up here, keep away from the kids. And just to be clear, I haven't touched the CDU box yet. I was going to try this first just to try to isolate the problem and see if it was that. If this doesn't work, this guy's coming out next. Lights on. Give it a little fuel. I hope there is gas in it, but I don't know these bikes very well, guys. We're all learning together here. So that's going to be, if I can read, I don't know if you guys can see this, sorry. This looks to be choke on. Off, choke on. Let's try that. Nothing. Not even trying to pop. Hold on. Alright guys, here's the deal. It doesn't seem like that did the trick. It's not even trying to pop off. I'm still not like, this bike's still pretty new to me, guys. I'm still getting used to it. I'm not 100% sure it's getting fuel. We're going to work on the ignition first. We're going to confirm it does have ignition. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull the plug. We're going to try to arc it to the block and see if she's sparking. All right, guys, got the plug out. I did give it the old sniff test, and it does smell like gasoline. I do believe she's getting gas through the carb. I'm not 100% sure this spark plug is working, the ignition coil is working, or the CDU box is working. You can never assume even a brand new spark plug is perfect. On my RMX you saw earlier, put a brand new plug on it last weekend. Within 3 hours, completely shot, stopped working. The last thing I thought that was going to be wrong with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into the coil, and we're going to try to arc it off to the frame or the engine block. All right, guys, I got the plug back in. Let's turn it over, and what you should be looking for, if you're looking in there, you should see spark somewhere, either to the frame or to the plug. But when I turn it over and I crank it, you should see spark. Nothing. So it's to my belief that it wasn't the ignition coil. Well, I mean, it was the ignition coil in the sense the boot was broken, but there's something else going on with the ignition system. So let's swap out that CDU box. All right, guys, quick plug and play here. I didn't rip the old one out yet just because these plastic boots, it's the same on starter relays. They're kind of a pain. It comes with a new one, but I just wanted to plug this in and see if this was going to solve the issue first before I started tearing the old one out. So let's take a look. Now, guys, this is probably the easiest way to check for a spark. Make sure your ignition system's running. It will work on your engine block, but it needs to be grounded. So let's take a look. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that does look. Spark problem solved. So it wasn't actually the ignition coil, I should say, but it was the CDU box. So let's plug her back in and see if we can't get her to start up. All right, guys, swap the box out. Pretty easy. Like I said before, these rubber boots are a real pain. That's what takes 90% of the time. I did notice this one isn't overly tight in there. Could be because I put lube to get that on, but let's go ahead and try to fire her up. Anybody think she'll pop off? I hope so. Right away, eh? Cut the choke. Oh, might be a little cold still. Right away, wow. Alright guys, so that's great news. Engine sounds healthy. Come over here. No weird clunking noises. Hope you can hear me. So that's a big win. At least the engine's healthy, can be heard running. And awesome. Well, guys, she's all back together. I guess that'll be it for this episode. I'm just going to quickly wrap it up here. I'm very happy about this. I don't even think I'll need the choke. No. She's doing... It's a healthy motor. Very happy about that. But I will say one thing. Watch out when you guys buy things. Do your due diligence. Run it over. If it's too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it always is. There's going to be something wrong, and that stood true over many trades, purchases, flips before. Take a look over it, and if something smells fishy, like if you get a quad and it's a mint Honda 2000 Fourtrax, and the rear drive shaft is removed because he likes to drive on the street and doesn't want it on 4x4, and it's in front wheel drive, not rear wheel drive, big red flag there. Don't overlook it. Ask questions. Do your research. And next up, I think it's hunting down a rear end for this old girl. I got a guy about 3 hours away who has one. The whole rear end, I don't have a price on it yet. We're trying to keep it as cheap as possible. You know, you got to keep your investments low so you always have a sort of net positive in the end. But anyways, that'll do it for this episode. For the 3 people still left watching, thanks for tuning in. And we'll be coming at you soon with a new episode. Cheers.